Welcome to my nightmare.
The criminal justice system. All right. Anyway, y'all, what's up? What's up? Today we are doing a throwback thriller for Man of Motherfucking Horror. I haven't done one this season yet. Have I? I don't think so. So we do one today. um, and the idea actually came from my lovely guest, my favorite cousin, one of my favorite cousins, amazing, lovely, great, beautiful, awesome, outstanding. What else? Oh, Francine. Hey, it's fine. I gave you amazing adjectives, okay?
That's fine. I'll take
um, but yeah, so she recently watched. Well, so we talked about it like last year, I think.
it.
We
Mm-hmm.
mentioned it. And she had watched Hereditary. It was just kind of fucked up. I was like, what's happening? And we're supposed to kind of talk about it. We just never got the moment to do it, or whatever. And so I said, fuck it, let's do it now. So we rewatched it. We both rewatched it today, so it was very fresh. And yeah, we want to get into
What it
it.
is.
Yeah. I'll say before we start, how are you, love? How was your day? How are you feeling? All
I'm a
that good
little
stuff.
traumatized because I technically watched the movie earlier, but I fell asleep and then I ended up watching it again. And now that I finally
I thought
watched it,
so.
fresh eyes, I'm a little traumatized. It's
Yeah, yeah,
how everything it made sense.
yeah. Hereditary, and specifically, like, well, we'll get to it. It's a wild ass movie, but that last like 20 minutes had me fucked up.
Because I feel like the
I'm gonna
last
say that.
all come together and make sense. That's the reason why. Like, uh,
I mean that, but just like how I more so what fucked me up was the visuals of it, like the part of her on the sit. Like, okay, no, because no,
let's
before we even
go back to the beginning.
let's
'Cause
backtrack.
it's
Um,
20 minutes that was the part that really purposely put you on the edge because like I'm not gonna lie, it got a little boring, but
that's the climax, bitch. Like, it was a
more
hell of a
family
payoff. God damn.
problems. It gave more family issues, and it's like, okay, it
Mhm.
makes sense. Okay, so we had his
Yeah, it
family
was like a family drama with sprinkled with like
with
creepy shit. Yeah, and in the
so
end, they said, "Bitch, all
so
right, now let's go
with
full
that,
on horror, motherfucker."
it really like don't get me wrong, like we as black people are like, and we can be into witchcraft,
Hmm.
but I don't think
But
we
we
do.
fucking are.
We are. Okay, okay, fine. I was trying to sugarcoat it. We are, but we don't do it for the bad. We do it, some people do it for bad, but we do it
I'm
for
saying,
good.
quote unquote. We do it for tradition and
We can start from the beginning. Okay, so
okay.
the beginning, of course, you have to pause it because it's actually an obituary. It's
Yeah,
like eulogy, which I paused it, and it was basically in so many words explaining like the character that just passed away, which is the grandma,
yeah.
but did not necessarily go into details as in what was going with her. It just said who was in the family, like the lineage of it, what who the grandma left behind, because that's usually what happens in 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 the eulogies and obituaries. So
Yeah.
now it goes into depths with the family. You got Charlie, who technically, this might sound mean. I think Charlie got Down syndrome.
Oh yeah, bitch. That don't sound mean. Anybody that see the movie, it's like that's just being
Either
real. Like, yeah,
things that I took from that, either Charlie got Down syndrome or she had an episode already to where she had a real bad allergic reaction to peanuts and that was the cause of it. That's
possibly.
that's my guess. That's what I thought. Those are my two guesses. That was one. Okay. Of course, the daughter is hurt, but she still don't know what's going on with her
Yeah.
mama's past because clearly
And at her, to her, she's like a lot weirded out because it's like a bunch of motherfucking people at the funeral.
she
She's like
did
never
not
seen, and like
know. She did not.
her and her understanding, her mom was like a born bitch. Like, mama don't do shit. Mama just be chilling. She got friends. That was like that's
Literally,
her in her
the
head.
lady was in a cult. I'm sorry, from the age of
Right.
Also, how did you not notice things that were off about her? Like,
But it's like I said, kids, they don't give a fuck about parents. I mean, we don't see our parents for real. Like your mom is your mom. You're not seeing what her life is.
true,
And, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't know who she is until like we don't know our parents until we're adults.
true.
So it's easy to kind of miss shit because like as an adult you go and look back and be like, huh, you know what I'm saying? Like
But
as a
she
kid, you don't give a fuck.
didn't pay that no attention. Her mom actually hid that from her, because even at the part when they like came from the funeral, she started to look inside her mom's boxes, and then she saw that one particular note. That note made
Mm-hmm.
the movie so much more sense if you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it was so many words she's saying, like, what she did and what she sacrificed. Like, I hope you forgive me. Like, it was so much other stuff I needed to tell you, but of course I'm at my demise, and I hope that you understand that my sacrifice, I did it for good rather than bad.
Mm-hmm.
She did she did not do it for
Well,
good.
so that's the thing. It's always quote unquote good because their thought process is bringing this king to life. We get riches beyond our wildest dreams, and
Mhm.
our family will our the generations after will know power and money and all that shit. Like it's always that promise of here the rest of your family and your family line will be blessed forever. Just give me a soul right quick, bitch. Like
That shit was
give me
not
your soul, your kid's soul, and your great grandkid's soul, and then we be good.
okay. But she was not blessed. I feel like
No,
after the
not at
mom,
all.
I feel like I don't. She wasn't fully grieving. I felt like that's why she pushed Charlie into going with Peter to that stupid party.
Yeah.
It's purposely was trying to like stop him from being a teenager, because she was like, "Oh yeah, now you really can't drink."
Hmm.
Yeah, because my fucking sister.
Like,
And then not to
but he was
mention,
like clearly like a singer or some shit. Like,
how did they not know he was smoking weed at the house? Nobody smelled that. That shit is potent. He thought having that door open was supposed to do, and that window open was supposed to do something, and it didn't. It didn't one
right.
bit. I am so sorry about my background. That's outside. It's a whole bunch of people outside. Anyways,
I
yeah.
don't hear
Okay, good, good, glad. Okay, because I had to stop.
it.
Like, where?
You good?
I'm
I
like,
don't hear
what is going on? But anyways,
it.
yeah. So first, I felt like yes, it was her fault, because even Charlie told her, "I don't want to
I
go."
don't want to fucking go.
She said,
Yeah.
she said, it's fine. Oh no, it's not fine. You're gonna go.
You're gonna go be around kids.
Not to mention, if you really think about it, they age difference. I think Charlie was in middle school, because they
Yeah,
do
they would have been. She would have been
that.
around kids. It would have been her age any fucking way. So that was stupid.
That she said there's gonna be kids there. No, there's not. There's gonna be teenagers there, and even she knew, because when Peter asked, like, "Oh well, I'm going to this." Well, one, Peter lied. He wasn't specific. He should have just said, "I'm going to a party." He told
I
her
would have said I'm going to a senior. I would have invited seniors there. It's only
he
senior.
said,
Like
"I'm
why would
going
I
to
do
a
that? Like
bar."
or something.
He said, "I'm going to a barbecue." Either way, barbecue, whatever, it's still going to be a whole bunch of teenagers there, and
Yeah.
she's probably going to be the youngest at the party. So that's where um I feel like that's where she fucked up at. She wasn't too in tune on what was going on. See,
Yeah.
white parents.
Yeah.
Oh, party good. Take your sister. You can take her. That's cool. It's not a
You can
problem.
see her just
Then
because your ass don't want to deal with her.
okay, that's
Yeah.
not fair. So. And then when they got to the party, Peter, Charlie,
Ooh. Yeah, literally. Like okay.
Charlie
And
was,
and it's like this
was
part was literally any like an accident. Like this whole scene was it's amazing. It's fucked up, but it was truly an accident.
yeah.
One I think you mentioned earlier. Why the fuck did she have an EpiPen? Why did he have one?
Yes. Yes.
They
Did you
going
have
out into the world, fuck on and she a little girl. EpiPen that bitch up. Let her have. You know what I'm saying?
not trying
Um,
to like after time passed, she didn't have like some type of insurance money coming to y'all to where they could get an EpiPen. I find out EpiPens are very much expensive. They last 3 years, but they are very expensive. They
but it's
could have
worth it if bitches out here dying off of nut allergies.
they no, they exactly. Even and they was
So
like
it was like,
when they was
go
at the mom
ahead.
funeral, the grandma's funeral, and she was eating a chocolate bar. The first thing the dad said, "Does it have nuts in it?" Even the mom was like, "Does it have nuts in it? Because we don't have an EpiPen.
Yeah.
Why? Why? You're supposed to carry that with you at all given times for emergencies like that. Like there
Yeah.
are so many. There's other
Yeah.
allergies besides just nuts. There's allergies like dust or grass or what else could you be allergic to? Like I know my uncle is allergic to like the seeds and strawberries. Like he can't eat strawberries because
My
of the
mom, she's allergic to fish.
right. So seafood, right. Seafood and peanut are like the main allergies that people
Mm-hmm.
would need an EpiPen for. So no matter what, they always say you need to carry one. Why the hell did that kid not have an EpiPen? Make that make
Yeah.
sense.
But
Please make.
like, so after that, the whole part, like, because I'm gonna mention that for anybody who hasn't seen it,
Mm-hmm.
she comes into contact again. The older brother goes hang out with his fucking friends because it's teenager party,
Yeah.
and unfortunately leaves his little sister. She
Uh
comes
huh.
across chocolate cake that has
German chocolate
nuts.
cake. That
Yeah,
was
so she
chocolate.
smashed like 2, 3 cupcakes with a fat ass right quick. It's like,
No, no, no. That was
but
like
no, she
slices
it
of
was
cake.
cake. Yeah, but she had some like a little bit, and then throat started closing up. She go get her brother. He's like, oh shit, rushing her out, trying to rush to get her to the hospital or something, and and it's crazy because it's like they're in the middle of nowhere or something. Like, I don't know. I was like, where the fuck do they live? Like, I don't get it. Um, there's like a long desert road, looks like almost, and
Yeah.
she, rolls down the window. She's in the back seat, and she needs air. She's trying to breathe. She's like, clutching her fucking throat and shit. And as that's happening, they drive past a a street post, a lamp post,
Yeah.
or a pole or whatever, and basically decapitates her ass, like head off,
There,
smooth.
there was foreshadowing through that first scene
Mm-hmm.
from before they even went to that car.
Foreshadow throughout the whole fucking movie.
No, the foreshadow from it, you knew something was gonna happen with that pole way before that actually even happened. He drove past it, and I don't know
Sure.
if you paid attention, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they had that symbol on that pole that grandma
Yep.
had on the necklace. I didn't pay no attention until now. That's why I said I had to look at it with a new set of eyes because it's a
Yeah.
lot of like irony inside that entire freaking movie. So
Yeah.
the pole, seeing the pole was a setup saying like, okay, clearly something's about to happen, but this pole is about to definitely be a part of it. Like it made sense for
Yeah.
Charlie to open the window to try to get a grasp of fresh air. I mean, it wasn't going it wasn't going to help her throat any
Yeah.
further, but it was supposed
It
to be.
made sense as a child that that's what she thought.
Yeah. Like she
Like,
couldn't
you know what I'm saying?
inside of a small car, she can't breathe. So yeah, but even though it was an accident, what really fucked it up was the fact that it was not Peter's fault. He was just trying to dodge the dead whatever animal was in the middle of the road, and which caused her to hit that pole and decapitate her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, if I was in his position, I probably wouldn't even look. I wouldn't even look back either.
Yeah, he didn't. He stopped. It was totally in shock. He just went
Yeah,
home, left her body in the backseat of the car, and just went to sleep.
he didn't
I
go to
didn't
sleep.
even go to sleep. He just laid there.
He
Yeah.
stayed to the abyss until the next morning and heard them
Yeah.
go,
And all you hear is,
"Oh, mwah.
oh God. It was like shit. She thinking
Sorry,
this. I
I
mean,
just wanna die."
her
Ah.
screaming was like Sarah Paulson level, like amazing. Like put them two together in a movie screaming, bitch.
Oh my god,
you
it's a
imagine?
cloud. It's a cloud.
Um, you're right.
It's a cloud.
But yeah, so this death, they're taking it a lot harder than the grandma.
Yeah.
And at this point, the whole family is kind of like fractured in their own little ways, and the mom is kind of like bitter, towards the son because and as shitty as it is, slightly rightfully so.
Uh-huh.
They both
Wait,
have.
wait. Time out. Are you saying that she had every right to be mad at him?
I'm saying that they both have valid reasons to look at each other as partially responsible. Because he lied. We said it. He lied. All he had to say was, "I'm going to go hang out with some seniors, some friends of mine." Like, you like, oh, this is some school event. It's fun. After she said take it, okay, ma, it's literally, even if you don't fully say what you're doing, you could have everything. You could have been like, hey, this is going to be kids like my age, because you had to know that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You knew it wouldn't be no kids around like that. Like, I would have been like, ma, there's no children there's nobody around her age that's gonna be there. Why would you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no fight. It was just like, okay,
He
cool.
was like, she was.
I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna ignore the bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was already his intention to walk away from her anyway.
Right. Even the part
And
when
her, she just should have made him take him.
she's like, yeah, you're going. It's like, yeah, Peter, she's going. He was like, great. That I felt so much sarcasm in that. Great. I would have like, you know what? Never mind, Charlie. You can stay home because your brother clearly don't
Yeah.
want to. He clearly don't want to take
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So yeah. So they both have a little bit of a moment, but like they the part at the table and the mom, she kind of blows up at him a little bit. She's kind of like
All that
going in
stuff
on his ass.
asks like, how are you feeling, mom? And it's like, you want, like, you got so much more to say. Just say it. Like, and she did. That's the thing. I felt like they never, after Charlie died, they never fully had a discussion. I'm pretty sure Peter was so messed up. Of course, it's hard to sit here and apologize because no matter how much apologies you give out, that'll never change the fact that Charlie was never coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta also take into consideration, Peter was fucked up too. Even though it was an accident,
Yeah.
he was the one that had to see all of that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, even
Yeah.
though they showed like him trying to make a glimpse in the rearview mirror, he saw that shit because he had to walk past it
Oh
when he
yeah.
went to the door. That's
Yeah.
traumatized. Like, this very much traumatized.
Traumatizing shit.
He was traumatized. That's why he couldn't go to bed. His mind was probably going through a million things. I could just imagine. He probably think about death. He probably think about killing him. Well, he
He
probably
ain't think about nothing. That's why his brain is just
his
empty
brain
and
went
void.
blank.
Shock is
And
nothing.
why the fuck would they make him still go to school? I would not be going to school.
Well, he
I
probably chose to. Sometimes you choose to avoid getting away from shit, but it also could have been time away. Like, I don't think this was linear as in day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I think there was like days in between
yeah,
at a time, kind of thing.
yeah.
But so like outside of that or whatever, the mom, they had it blow up, and so the mom is still kind of looking for some kind of peace. She meets these people, who they end up having a seance and shit,
Yeah.
which kind of the lady summons like somebody that she knows, but like ultimately ended up summoning Charlie. Um, and the mom was like, "Oh shit," So at this point now, she like, "Well, shit, I want to try and summon her myself." The lady teaches her what to do. And she was like, if you want to do this, because she's like a little too freaked out at the moment, but she's starting to see the benefit of it. She's like, "Fuck, I want to try it too." So she does it, and she gets some responses. So she's trying to show them and the family, like, looking at her like, "Bitch, stop! Like, this shit is crazy." And the boy is like, he's really creeped out. He's like, "Mom, stop, stop!" And she's like, her character throughout the movie grows more and more frantic, um, to the point where she's like not like she doesn't listen to anything anyone's saying. Or she's talking constantly. Like, if you pay attention, it's just like,
It's literally a mixture of her still grieving. So yeah.
yeah. So she's just like, but she's also still like actually discovering this whole new thing, but at the same time grieving. So it just all comes off fucking nuts. So yeah. She tries to show them, everything that's going on, and they do see like little shit, I think it was like the chair moves or something, and there's like the big fire, the candle, and
The
all
glass
that.
the glass broke to it shattered.
Yeah.
So
So she starts to like, go ahead.
the part where she actually did like come Charlie actually did come through Annie's body.
Yeah, that's how the scene ends, and she starts talking through her.
Yeah.
And like the son is just like, "Mommy, stop it, stop it." And she's like, "I don't," and then he just tossed a fucking. First off, why was that what you did? He just tossed a whole fucking cup of water on her ass. She's like, "What the hell? Why did you do that? What happened?
Why did you do that? What happened?"
So yeah, so after this, they just like not fucking with her because they're like, "Bitch, you're nuts." And then she finds his notebook, that basically has like these pictures of Peter that are like essentially like him dying almost or being attacked or something like that. Or however else you kind of want to look at it. So she tries to throw the book away, and her arm catches on fire. She's like, "Oh shit!" So she pulls the book out because like, "Shit, I can't
So I can't
book burn, I burn."
throw it in the fucking fire.
Right.
Actually,
So that at this point, she like, go ahead.
it was 2 notebooks. Actually, it was that
Well,
black.
yes, but it was but specifically the one that had the sketches in it that she tried to burn was like the small little black sketchbook. Like that was the one that was really the because the other ones was like just different. Like there was multiple books actually. She had found that's the next part. Like so she goes to look through her mom's old shit, and first time she finds a photo album with the bitch who taught her how to do the seance
Yep.
with pictures of her with her mama. She like,
Yep.
oh shit, and they both got on this symbol, this fucking necklace with this symbol.
Yeah.
And she discovers this other book that describes a demon king, and she like, oh shit, like, oh shit.
I watched it,
Payman.
but now I kind of like I can honestly remember the words. It was Paymon, Paymon,
Payman.
Pamon, Paymon. Yeah.
Payman. Payman.
We're gonna say Paymon.
But yes, and so she finds that or whatever. She's like, oh shit. So then she goes to her attic, and that's when she finds her mom's body just chilling without the head.
Away. Like
it's like, what the fuck? So this next part kind of fucked me up too. This is what homeboy is at school. So while the mama going through all this shit, the homeboy at school, he just like all day, like weird shit. He just feeling shit, seeing shit or whatever. And it's a bitch across the street, the same bitch that the mama saw, standing across the street from the school, just yelling weird shit at him. Come to my window. It's like this weird shit. He like, the fuck? Don't nobody see this man? And then she finally just said his name, Peter. Get out!
Get out. I think. Oh, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. What do you? No, we'll get there.
No.
Yes. Hello. Yes. So he's at school, saying all this shit, and then he's in class, and all of a sudden he starts hearing his sister, which he didn't mention. She does this little clicking noise, like with her tongue. Yeah, and so he starts hearing that in class. He's like, the fuck? He started looking around, and out of nowhere, first the way they show it, as teachers talking, they just show the camera angle of his hand raised, so we don't know what's happening to him yet. And then they like, Peter, are you okay? The teacher and all the other kids in the class are turning around looking at him like, bro, are you good? And then we see his face, he's like,
I did it. He said,
shaking his head, mouth bleeding, and then he just bam, right on the table. I said, and then he did that shit one more time, harder. That nigga jumped out the fucking ass. Like that scene had me fucked up. He actually hurt his nose in that scene too.
Really?
He broke his nose. Yeah, in real life, because there was supposed like it was fake material, but I guess he was saying like in this interview, he's like it was harder than he anticipated, and like he really fucked his shit up.
I really think that part was crazy. Now I think about it, that when he saw that lady, that was a part of his possession. Because she was, you
get the whole shit.
Yeah, she was naming all of. I feel like she was naming all of
the demon's gods, his
of
nicknames.
that group in that cult. And when she said Peter, get out, I think she was like trying to take his actual soul out so they could change the host, if that makes sense.
Well, no, she was saying all the names of the demon. She was all his nicknames, all the names that he's known for, and then telling him, "Yeah, get out of his body." Yeah. So so that shit happens, and so now at this point, the dad is like, he's fucking emotional because they call him to come pick him up, and he just busts out crying in the car. He don't cry in the car. He busts out crying in the car, like. Yeah, because he like, bitch, my family is spiraling. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. My wife is nuts. My son just fucking banged his fucking face into the ground or to death. My daughter's dead. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? He's going fucking through it.
That he got left.
Yeah.
And he like, my wife is fucking psycho. Something is wrong with her. Like,
So at this point, he really believes it because he get home and he brings homeboy home.
Right.
He gets there and like, he's telling her what happened, and she's like trying to tell him all the shit that she discovered. So he like, oh shit, he's not really believing her. He's just kind of like sick of all this shit. He like, fuck it, let me go check the attic. And she's like, please go look. So he finds the body. He like, bitch, why did she say that then? And he like, cuz, like this shit is some supernatural shit. They can't help us. And he like, you did this with your crazy ass. She like, please, I promise I didn't do this, please. So she like, burn this book. I can't do it. I was burning as I burned it. You got to do it. So it seemed like he, agreed and shit. So before he do it, she makes him hold the notebook. She started pouring gasoline all over it. Then she stopped me and started kissing him like, you're the love of my life and all this shit. And so he like, bitch, I'm not about to burn this shit. He like, you crazy as hell. I can't do this shit. And she like, no, you're not fucking listening. She snatched it and tossed it in the fire and the whole book burned and that nigga just right behind her, just engulfing flames. And she like, that fucking face is amazing. And I love that it was a meme. That shit, that they memed that shit.
That to me. I did not know.
But just not the first part of the face. Everybody memes the second half. She's like, like,
I did not see that.
That's just hilarious. But yeah, like
that
her acting.
The rest of that movie got completely crazy. Just like most of the demonic movies that we watch, they always find a way to fuck with the family first. They like literally fuck with them first, and then that's when everything hit like a light, like switch like a complete light. Once they saw that body in the not to mention, I'm sorry, when bodies are decomposed, you can usually smell it from a mile away. They were on the roof. It was in a hole. How did nobody catch that? But I forgot this is a movie, so I don't know. But especially
but it's probably some kind of witchcraft to keep it, keep this other thing wouldn't notice.
True. You're right. That's true. But once Peter finally woke up from all that crap, and he
go downstairs, his house is dark and shit. So quiet. He go downstairs and he find his daddy's burnt up fucking charcoal body and shit. And then he started noticing, like, he don't even notice his mom is on the fucking ceiling like Spider-Man and shit. And he's like standing there. He starts seeing like weird naked motherfuckers in the dark, just grinning at him.
Where are they coming from?
When I first saw it, I didn't recognize it, and I was like, "Bitch, is that a person?" That motherfucker was standing in the back, like in the dark, just naked as hell. I said, "Oh, bitch,
it's finally happening." Yes.
Yeah, they were so excited, and then like the mom again disappeared. You just hear like something drop, and it's like, oh shit, and like. That's like one of my favorite chase scenes because it's instant. It is a fucking instant. Like I don't even know how he knew she was like. He just felt it. Like she dropped, but we didn't see her, and the bitch just came out of nowhere in the fucking corner, just running full speed at this nigga, and it was like, oh fuck! Like every time I see it still hits me.
Between each other, especially when she was going up the stairs, they definitely had a distance. Your favorite?
Yeah, and then she almost got that nigga, and she grabs him. But she falls and he gets into the attic and pulls a little, ladder and shit. She climbs the fucking ceiling like Spider-Man again. And she's like banging her fucking head against the trying to break it open. And he like, mommy, please stop. I'm sorry. And finally it stops. So now he looking around, he finds the dead body, and it's like all the weird shit is in the attic. Mm-hmm. And he looked up, and his mom is floating now. Now she's in the attic with him, like I don't fucking know her, and just chopping her neck off slowly.
It was like this,
and
this,
yeah,
and her eyes open with the stare like this.
Like that shit was crazy. And so she like, her chop her fucking neck off and shit. And he looks over, and that was more naked people just standing there smiling like.
It was 3.
That nigga, yeah, and he said, "Oh fuck!" And this red jumped out the window, and this is the part where he dies and Payman takes over his body once he jumps out of the window. So that was the point of like that the trauma shit. The plan was for him to kill himself at some point, and so that is what he did. He killed himself, and his body was taken over.
That's crazy.
By Payman. So that's why when he's on the ground. Huh?
That's what you was trying to tell me. Okay. I get it now.
Yes. So
the fact that Miles' body was just floating. She just floated right up above.
But like if you notice, once he stands up from this point, he don't talk no more. He's not weirded out. There's a look on his face. It's almost like looking around, and like as he's walking past one of the old white motherfucker, I remember that old ass nasty looking, all these old naked motherfuckers. The guy, he's like standing there smiling at him like
Remember, and the dog
as
was
he's walking
dead.
past.
Remember,
Mm-hmm.
the dog ended up dying. But I'm
And
curious
they
if
was looking like proud as hell.
I think the dog might have died when he saw Charlie in the corner, and like he was laying down. He saw Charlie in the corner, but he laid back and realized it was hands behind the headboard trying to grab at him like this, and he blamed the mom, saying that it was her that tried to strangle him, and that was not the case. That was never the case.
I
But
don't know about the dogs. I didn't really pay too much attention to the dogs part of the story. I don't really see him, but
he
it could
did you
be.
notice he walked past it and the dog was laid out on the
Well,
floor?
yeah, I know that, and the dog was there. I know that, but I'm just saying, like the rest of the story, the dog didn't seem to be like a thing. So I don't know if that was part of the ritual or they just killed the dog to shut the fuck up when they were trying to get in the house.
Probably because dogs know dogs, Duffy, dogs and cats. They know about spirits.
Well, that, but they weren't spirits. They was just a cult. So they're breaking in the house and adding bodies and shit. A dog is gonna bark and you know what I'm saying. They need that motherfucker shut the fuck up. And these motherfuckers are grieving so much that they're not gonna notice your dog isn't barking or there
The
anymore.
dog was like, "What?"
It's, so yeah, but yeah, so you know he sees the headless body floating up into the treehouse and
Treehouse.
shit. And he follows it, and now he gets this is his kingdom, and they're all around. He has the bodies, the dead bodies, you know, and bowing down.
Sister, whole
He
bunch
get
of
his
dead.
crown, and yeah, and they had the crown on top of you know, homegirl's head. The
Charlie.
dead one, Charlie, took it off and put it on him, and then he is Payman. And originally the thing was and that's the other part I was trying to tell you. So Payman was in the little girl. And when she died, that fucked everything up. And it had to move it to the next host, which would have been the son.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Which is why the grandma was so invested in her and was like fucking with her. It was like, you know, the mom says in the beginning, like, you know, we didn't really have a good relationship until my daughter Charlie was born. And it was like,
She fucking
because they gave her.
Charlie. Duh. An innocent baby. It makes so much sense now. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what's the next movie?
Because the idea was Charlie was supposed to have the mom Annie was supposed to have a boy, and
Yeah.
so they assumed, you know,
And that's what it was in the
but yeah,
text too. When she read that paper, I mean not read the paper, read the book. It mentioned something about the next host being a male,
yeah,
but it's weird because Peter was born first, technically.
yeah.
I didn't understand it. So she
Uh,
could have done it. I'm just thinking too far into the movie. I feel like
yeah. I mean, they might just maybe not have like discovered the spell to do it on a ritual yet, and then by the time Charlie came around, it was like, oh, perfect. Like, you know, I don't know, but yeah. So yes, that's Hereditary. And what I love about it is the fact that nobody won at the end. Like, I think that's a good possession movie where everybody, I mean, the whole family fucked. And they all just fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Mom says she got possessed by setting her husband on fire. She got possessed. She ends up chopping her own
And decapitated.
Decapitated. But the daughter
possessed and decapitated.
She already was possessed, but somehow her head just got knocked off by a freak accident. But the funny part I didn't get, if that's the case, if you're supposed to be Paymon, why the hell you ain't sit here and find ways to deflect a nut allergy? How the hell?
Human body.
I ain't never heard.
It's a human host, so you have to.
Have
And that's like some movies and things like that. They have to adhere to the human bodily. I mean, you know, the natural laws of being a human in the human body. So there's certain humanly things that, possessed or not, that the body can't, or that a demon can't, you know, fight against. It's like the Exorcist. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point they have to leave the body because, you know, if they stay in that bitch, they're gonna die with the person.
Yeah. The demon probably was like, "Fuck, she got a nut allergy."
Hell yeah! He's like, God damn, this bitch
have a fucking nut.
Fuck. And these poor ass bitches ain't got a motherfucking EpiPen. Damn.
No,
give me another host. Give me another motherfucking host.
I'm stuck on it. Why does why do they not have an EpiPen?
Okay, so let's rate it.
Ooh, let's rate it.
So the first one I'm gonna give it is watchability. I mean, it's very watchable for me personally. Yeah, it's like
The second time I had to watch
I
it,
can.
the like backtrack. I'm not gonna lie, I had to go past the part where, well, one I had to go past the part where you could hear her head get knocked off, and I had to go past the part where, like
Oh, you
right
couldn't hear them all.
exactly. It was also the part right, when Peter was like staring into the abyss, and in the midst of the like focusing on him, it hurried up and went to Charlie's head with all them doggone ants all over her head, just decapitated.
That part fucked me up. Yeah. That part fucked me up. I was deep.
Yeah, so that part had to. So I give it like a watchability. I will give it 8.5, 8.5.
Bitch. I mean, okay. Like, I I love that you're deepening my rating scale, but I
Ooh.
give it 1 star per
Oh, sorry.
like.
We're doing my tens. I'm sorry. You didn't go into
No, you're fine. The crazy thing is, you've been on the show before. Twice.
But how long ago has it been since we did a rating? I'm waiting.
We just did one like 2 weeks on Nice Swim, bitch. Like what, 2-3 weeks ago?
Oh, nice one. I don't remember us rating.
Oh no, because me and Brianne rated it before you got.
Yeah, I was late. They're gonna keep reminding me about that.
I didn't mean to, but it just happened. You walked right into that one. Like, I
well,
don't know. Okay,
backtrack.
so anyway,
Put me up to speed.
so
So
1 star for watchability.
okay.
The next star. Well, I can't really give it this one. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was gonna be kill count. But I don't know because there wasn't a lot of people. It was like 5 deaths. That's not really a high.
Annie, the dad, Peter, Charlie, and then
And the grandma.
Joanne. Oh, the grandma and then Joanne. It's like 7, 6, 7.
Joanne ain't that.
I thought she did. When
No.
Annie went back to that house, it was
She
a
just
whole.
wasn't there. Yeah,
Oh,
but she wasn't there. She just wasn't there.
he was going to taunt Peter. Got you. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, we can't do that one. Kill count. Gore. I want to give it half because that scene with the fucking head, like her head, whole ass came off from a fucking telephone pole. Like that shit. That's not a simple. Like that scene alone is like. Wow. Okay.
That's free. Wait. Okay. Wait. So what was the rating? Is it rating like 1 to 5, or is like how does it start?
No, it's just one per. There's 5 categories that
Okay.
equal 5 stars.
Got it.
In
Okay.
every killer fear factor, I'm gonna give it that because, and that's just based on the actual killer in the film, if they're scary. And yeah, I mean, you figure cults, demons, that shit is scary. That's I don't really. I mean, I would say, do you agree with that one too, real quick for
what? Kill factor?
yeah.
Yeah.
Killer fear factor. Sorry, I said killer factor. Fuck it. Yes.
I mean, we technically only seen 3 people from the movie. Only seen 3 people actually die, which is Mom, Charlie, and then the dad who got whoosh into flames. So,
well, no, just like the killer itself. You know what I'm saying? Like the curse itself, like the cult, like the fear factor of that. Like is that something that scares you too? Like, bitch, a whole ass naked old cult. Like, I don't know. The whole, like, for me, it was actually creepy if I put myself in a situation.
Not to stray away from this, but do you know what that also reminds me of?
Yeah, what?
In Summer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It
But I
does.
wouldn't have been in that shit. I would have been there, but I would have been. All the killers in that movie died based on their own dumbass decisions.
Yeah.
They all did dumb shit that got them killed. Like,
that has to be the next one. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
yeah, we can do that. Ari Aster is pretty good. So I'm down.
Huh?
The guy who did it is pretty good, Ari Aster, so I'm down for that. He did this too, so
Did he?
yeah, he did
Okay.
Hereditary as
Okay.
well. So then the last one is cinematography.
Hmm.
Um, I'll give it to it because there was some interesting visuals in this movie. I think.
It,
You think of the bot like obviously the daughter's head just laid on the fucking side of the road, and then transition over to the boy's body in bed, just covered in those fucking. Oh, like it makes me itch, you know what I'm saying? But it was like a good visual, or like the body at the end, Charlie's head with the crown. Like, there's a lot of visual moments in this movie
hmm
that are like kind of subtle, but like I think they work. So I'm gonna give it that too.
You gonna give it a 2?
And I said I'm gonna give it that too, as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
So with that gives me 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Mm, I see that.
Would you?
I agree. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
That.
yeah. That's
Oh, it's nothing like. Oh shit! It's kind of like a. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on.
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
like
Because I mean,
yourself in. You got to put yourself in it. And I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie. In Peter's position, for starters, my mama would never been able to cuss me out, not at no table, because all he had was one line. He said she didn't want to go to the party.
I would have dropped. Mic drop.
That's it. That's completely it.
That's it. Yeah.
Like, I would have never
Legit.
went to school. I know for some people, oh, they need an escape. No, send me to Hawaii. Send me to a
If I
relative.
need to escape, send me away.
I
Bitch.
don't
Don't
want to
don't
go.
send me to work.
It's a
Don't send me to school. Bitch.
like it's a reminder of all them kids that was at that party that was there with my sister, because it was people. Okay, when Charlie came, I know you probably finished it, but when Charlie came in that room and said he like what's wrong, and she said she couldn't breathe, it was definitely a couple other kids in there still with him.
Yeah.
Nobody came up to Peter, was like, oh my god, are you okay? I'm so sorry to hear about your sister. Like, nobody came. They just looked at him like an outcast, which is so
But
funny.
that's what I'm saying. So I think with like it was time skips in between, like
Yeah.
scenes that we saw. Like I don't think this wasn't like day 1, day 2, day 3. I think it was like day 1, day 14, day 30. Like like I think it was like that. So it was like this implied sense of dread that
Hmm.
has been sticking with them for weeks
Yeah.
versus a couple of days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, this was fucking great. It's fun as always. We could definitely do what's the name next? Because I'm so down
Midsummer.
for that. Yeah, Ari Aster is really good, so I'm down. Um, I'll let you know which days and shit. But before I let you go, let the people know where to follow
You can follow me on Instagram, Franchella_files. That's where I will be
you.
at.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. Will be. Feel free to follow me, and you can see where I be. Okay, I'm done.
We.
Do we read?
All right, I appreciate it, love. Thank you.
Thank you for
Have a
having
good. Of course, always, always. Yeah, we gonna do our next
Midsummer.
throwback thriller, Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Yes. Well, you have to roll your. All right. Bye.